Welcome to Objective, dear souls on planet Earth. I'd like to talk about why every human being should go vegan and eat fully plant-based. So we live in a society where we often blame the way that we live or give away our own responsibility to decide which way we want to live, which way we live. We take that responsibility and give it away to society, and we just adapt to the status quo and take that as our measurement. So, but what if the status quo is wrong? Now, in theory, most people would say that they want to live in peace, love and harmony. They want to live a life free from violence, and they like to think that they do so. And of course nobody would agree to have adapted to a violent society, because we walk around mostly freely, we are not harmed, and we can cross the street without being threatened in most places. At least where I'm from, which is called Germany. So, but what if there are places in society which we just don't see, in which the exact opposite is practiced, and we are kept in the dark about how the products which we consume, whether it's clothes or what we eat, how they are being produced. And of course a lot of products have ingredients which have crossed the whole world to get into our supermarkets, into our homes, onto our plate, into our shelves. So we must analyze and detect if our actions are aligned with the principles which we would wish for a healthy and positive, good society. As I mentioned in the beginning, peace, love, harmony. So the first thing is, are our direct actions, how we interact with other people, how we interact in daily life, are these actions aligned with these principles? Do we live a directly free, violent lifestyle? And then that is what most people would agree to and would wish for themselves and everybody around them to live by. And then, secondly, what are all the indirect actions that we take every day? So the things we buy, the things we consume, what do they actually consist of? Because if they consist of violence, if someone has been killed or harmed, then we cannot claim to live by the principles of peace, love and harmony when we directly pay for someone to kill or cause harm to another living being. Then we are not aligned with these principles, whether we are aware of it or not. But so the first important thing is to analyze all of our behavior, all of our direct and all of our indirect behavior, so that we can check with every single action that we take every day regarding to any aspect of our life. So what do we eat? What clothes do we wear? What is our direct interaction, of course, with other living beings? And then consumption is basically the other whole side of it, the indirect side of it. And then every product, whatever we buy, whatever we taste, whatever we desire, and we must just analyze it and see if it is aligned with the principles which we like to see in a society, free from violence, living peacefully, loving thy neighbor, living in harmony with the environment, which means of course nature and animals and human beings, which I got kind of dry lips, which are kind of like animals as well. Like animals, but that's another video. And it's important to automate that mechanism of checking our behavior and measuring it by these principles which we ourselves would desire for society. Because more than 99% of people would state that they want to live in a violent, free society where peace, love and harmony between all living beings and their surrounding strive and are the priority of the foundation of society. But when we pay for those principles to be abducted and not be respected, then we are not respecting these principles ourselves. So to live in a healthy, good society, it has to be based on these principles. And the basis of any society, of any social collective, is of course how do we socially deal with especially the weakest parts of society, the weakest beings, which are animals and nature, because they can't defend themselves against all the technology and power that comes with it, that human beings have developed and gained over their evolution. And when we treat the weak like shit, then no matter how seemingly good we are doing, or no matter how seemingly the wealth is, we can live in big houses and whatsoever, but we cannot say that that is a society, that is a good society which prospers in love, peace and harmony. So that's a task that especially every individual has to take, because we can't always take these problems and project them as a societal problem and just project them onto the masses. But society only consists of all individuals. So every single individual, each and every one of us, have to see that all of our personal, daily, everyday actions are aligned with cruel-free principles, which all derive from ethics and also spiritual values, if you will. And it's easy to